Wow, this is a topic that touches everyone, and it's so crucial for truly deep relationships. Get ready, because what I'm about to share will absolutely transform how you connect with your partner, not just in the bedroom, but everywhere. If you've ever felt that quiet distance, that unspoken something, this is for you. Stay until the very end, because the single most powerful insight is waiting. And honestly, it's the one thing you absolutely cannot afford to miss if you want to build a connection that lasts forever. Deep dive. Okay, so let's just get real for a moment. We spend so much time curating our external lives, perfecting our jobs, our friendships, even our social media presence. But then we step into the most intimate space of all, the bedroom. And sometimes, it's like we leave our communication skills at the door. It's not because we don't care, it's usually because we care too much. There's a vulnerability there that can feel utterly terrifying, right? The fear of saying the wrong thing, the fear of rejection, the fear of misunderstanding. These aren't small fears. They're deeply rooted in our desire to be loved and accepted. And when those fears creep into our intimate moments, they can build walls between us, walls that we don't even realize are there, until suddenly the warmth has faded and a quiet chill has set in. It's a subtle erosion, not an earthquake, but the effect is just as devastating. We need to dismantle these walls, brick by brick, with understanding and compassion. What happens is, we start making assumptions. We assume our partner should know what we want or what we're feeling. We expect them to be mind readers, which is honestly a superpower none of us possess. And then, when they don't meet these unspoken expectations, we get frustrated, hurt, or even angry. But here's the kicker. They can't meet an expectation they don't even know exists. This isn't about blaming anyone. It's about acknowledging a fundamental human flaw in communication. We often project our own desires and interpretations onto our partners, leading to a constant game of telephone where the message gets garbled and lost. It's an exhausting way to live, and it drains the energy out of the very space that's supposed to be rejuvenating and connecting. Imagine trying to build a beautiful house without a blueprint. It would be chaos. Our intimate lives need a blueprint too, and that blueprint is open, honest communication. So, how do we begin to bridge this gap? It starts with curiosity, not accusation. Instead of thinking, why aren't they doing this? Try asking, what might be going on for them? Or even better, simply ask them. But asking isn't enough. It's how you ask. It has to come from a place of genuine care and a desire to understand, not from a place of wanting to fix or control. Think about it. When someone genuinely listens to you without judgment, without interruption, how does that feel? It feels validating, doesn't it? It makes you feel seen and heard. That's the feeling we need to cultivate in our intimate conversations. It's about creating a safe harbor where both partners feel comfortable dropping their guard and truly expressing themselves, even if those expressions are difficult or uncomfortable. This isn't about perfect execution, it's about persistent effort and a gentle, loving approach. The truth is, many of us have been conditioned to believe that talking about sex, desire, or intimacy is somehow taboo or awkward. We absorb messages from media, from our upbringing, from our friends that suggest these topics are best left unspoken or handled with a wink and a nod. But that silence is a killer of connection. It breeds isolation and misunderstanding. Imagine trying to navigate a complex dance routine without ever discussing the steps with your partner. You'd be stepping on each other's toes constantly. Intimacy is a dance, a beautiful, intricate dance, and it requires continuous communication about the rhythm, the tempo, and the desired movements. It's about collaboration, not a solo performance. And the beauty of this collaboration is that it deepens the bond, making the dance even more pleasurable for both partners involved. Vulnerable truths now. Let's talk about the raw, vulnerable truths that often prevent us from speaking up. Sometimes we're afraid of what we might hear. What if our partner says something that makes us feel inadequate, or rejected, or misunderstood? That's a legitimate fear, and it's one that requires immense courage to face. But here's the paradox. Avoiding the conversation almost guarantees that those fears will fester and grow, silently eroding the very foundation of your connection. It's like having a small splinter that you ignore. Eventually, it becomes infected and much more painful. The discomfort of a difficult conversation, while real, is almost always less damaging than the long-term pain of unspoken resentment and disconnect. Facing these truths head-on is an act of love for yourself and for your partner. And it's not just about what we hear, it's about what we say. Sometimes we're afraid of hurting our partner's feelings or making them feel bad, so we sugarcoat, we deflect, or we just stay silent. But genuine intimacy requires honesty, even when that honesty is a little bit uncomfortable. There's a way to be honest with kindness, to express your needs and desires in a gentle, loving way that doesn't attack or blame. It's about using I statements. I feel. I would love it if. I notice. These statements focus on your experience rather than making accusations. It's a subtle but powerful shift in language that can make all the difference. It takes practice, yes, but every small step you take towards honest, kind communication is a step towards a deeper, more fulfilling connection. We also carry baggage from past relationships, past experiences, even messages from our childhood that tell us certain things are wrong or shameful. This baggage can weigh us down and prevent us from truly opening up. It's like trying to run a marathon with a backpack full of bricks. You can do it, but it's incredibly difficult and exhausting. Part of building stronger communication in the bedroom is acknowledging this baggage, understanding where it comes from, and consciously choosing to leave it behind. It's about creating a new narrative for your current relationship, one built on trust, openness, and mutual respect, rather than being dictated by old wounds. This journey of shedding old patterns is deeply personal and incredibly liberating, allowing you to show up more authentically for your partner. And let's be honest, sometimes we don't even know what we want or what we need. We're so disconnected from our own bodies and our own desires that we can't articulate them, even to ourselves. This is a crucial step that often gets overlooked. Before you can communicate with your partner, you need to communicate with yourself. Take some time for self-reflection, for introspection. What truly brings you pleasure? What makes you feel connected and alive? What are your boundaries? What are your desires? This self-discovery isn't selfish. It's absolutely essential for healthy, fulfilling intimacy. The more you understand yourself, the better equipped you'll be to guide your partner towards a deeper understanding of you. It's a continuous exploration, a fascinating journey of self-discovery that never truly ends. Gentle guidance. So, how do we actually do this? How do we start these conversations that can feel so daunting? It begins with creating the right environment, not just physically, but emotionally. Choose a time when you're both relaxed, not stressed, not rushed, and not in the middle of an argument. Maybe it's over a cup of tea in the morning, or during a quiet walk, or while cuddling on the couch. The bedroom isn't always the best place for these initial, sensitive conversations, as it can carry a different kind of pressure. The goal is to create a safe, neutral space where you both feel heard and respected, where there's no immediate expectation of performance or resolution. It's about setting the stage for genuine connection, allowing vulnerability to unfurl naturally without force. Start small. You don't have to launch into a full-blown dissertation on your deepest desires. Begin with simple observations and affirmations. I loved it when you did X. I really appreciate Y about our intimacy. Positive reinforcement goes a long, long way. It builds confidence and encourages more of the behavior you enjoy. And then, when you feel ready to express a desire or a boundary, frame it gently. I've been thinking, and I'd love to explore Z sometime. Or, I've realized that A makes me feel really good. It's about invitation, not demand. It's about opening a door, not kicking it down. Remember, communication is a dance, not a wrestling match. Each gentle step you take creates more trust and builds a stronger foundation for future, deeper conversations. And here's a big one: active listening. This isn't just about waiting for your turn to speak. It's about truly absorbing what your partner is saying, both verbally and non-verbally. Mirror their body language, nod, make eye contact, and most importantly, ask clarifying questions. When you say X, do you mean Y? Or, can you tell me more about that? This shows that you're engaged, that you care, and that you're making an effort to truly understand their perspective. It builds empathy and bridges potential misunderstandings. So often, we listen with the intent to reply rather than with the intent to understand. Shift that focus, and you'll be amazed at the depth of connection that can emerge. It's a profound act of love to truly listen to another person without judgment. Finally, remember that this is a journey, not a destination. There will be awkward moments. There will be misunderstandings. There will be times when you say the wrong thing or your partner does. And that's okay. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. It's about showing up, being vulnerable, and committing to continuous growth and understanding. Each conversation, each moment of honesty, each act of active listening is a step towards a deeper, richer, and more fulfilling connection. It's about creating a safe space where you both can flourish, where your intimacy becomes a source of profound joy and strength. This journey is one of the most rewarding you'll ever embark on, and it will transform not just your bedroom, but your entire relationship, infusing it with a newfound closeness and understanding. Authentic connection, the most powerful insight, the one you absolutely cannot afford to miss, is this: the quality of your communication in the bedroom is a direct reflection of the quality of your communication outside the bedroom. You cannot separate them. The trust, the vulnerability, the honesty you build in your daily interactions are the very same tools you'll use in your most intimate moments. It's not about grand gestures. It's about the consistent, everyday acts of speaking your truth, listening with an open heart, and showing up authentically for your partner. This creates a ripple effect, building a foundation of trust and understanding that makes every conversation, every touch, every moment of connection infinitely richer and more profound. It's about weaving a tapestry of shared understanding, thread by beautiful thread, until your connection becomes an unbreakable bond.